And Brad Fittler has explained his decision to knock back the Kangaroos coaching job. Take a look.
There's no fields booked. There's no hotels booked.
Oh, really?
There's no staff.
Right.
So, yeah, it's got to happen.
All right. Yeah, I just that's the first time I've seen it. And so I don't know the context of this because I didn't see what happened before that. But what was that in response to? Was that the reason why he didn't?
That was a
take the
big
job?
part. Apparently, according to the podcast, that was a big part of the reasoning why Freddie decided he didn't want to take the job as Kangaroos coach. But they've got to have a coach before they can sort out.
The accommodation, doesn't he?
The coach has to have a say. I mean, Gordy, you've been there as a player.
Yeah, I thought Mel went over there, like when he was here, and he picked the hotel, you go pick the training paddocks out around, you start doing a couple of trips around. I thought that was something that they'd give the respect to the coach to pick. That's
just spoke to the NRL today. All these things are on hold. Hotel bookings are on hold. Training venues are on hold. So they're all there. They just need the coach to come in and, as Gordy said, give it the final tick of approval, because there's no point doing all this legwork and putting money down in case a coach comes and wants to change their roster, wants to change how they train, where they train, and all these sort of things. How
where
long
they're
they stay,
based. I think the
how
last
long
time
they stay in an area.
they based
Exactly.
themselves in Manchester.
Correct. How long they stay in a place.
When I played, we based ourselves in Leeds.
So I don't know.
So was that the reason he did knock it back?
Well,
because of that?
he's employed by the NRL too, Freddie, in a different role. So it's interesting that he was quite scathing on it, but that's apparently that's part of the reason. The other one was that he thought with his media commitments he couldn't give him his full self when he was analysing players or commenting on players, because it gets awkward when he's got to pick them or drop them or whatever the case may be. But yeah, it was an interesting reasoning, and it did blindside the NRL a little bit, because they thought that Brad Fittler was going to be the next Kangaroos coach, but it throws it open a little bit now.
Freddie did an outstanding job when he first went in and reunited a broken, fractured state in the New South Wales setup, and he won a couple of series straight away. But where it started to go a little bit pear-shaped was when, during COVID, and Wayne came out of retirement and started coaching Queensland again, and Mel was involved in that series. And the Blues wore some scathing criticism for losing a series that most people were of the view they should have won. I wonder if off the back of that, Freddie then still continued to coach for a couple of series after that with the Blues. But it felt as though a lot of the criticism really started to sting, and I wonder if he had some reservations based around that, Braith, that he just... I think he'll coach again, but I just wonder if the timing wasn't quite right for him.
Who would you put as coach?
I haven't even thought about it, to be honest. I've heard Cameron Smith being tossed up, and I could see Cameron Smith doing it because it suits him.
I do believe you've had to have played for the jersey. There's so many, there's enough guys that are coaching that have played for the jersey, all won multiple premierships.
What about like a Bennett, Stewart, Bellamy, club coach?
I love Wayne, and I've heard rumours that he wants to coach.
He wants it.
But he's coached Australia. Yeah. Then he's coached New Zealand.
He has.
And he's coached England. I think you've done the trifecta. Seriously.
Yeah, but he's a career coach.
I get
Surely
it.
he's allowed.
Okay.
Australia didn't want
really
him,
good
so
point.
he went and worked for New Zealand.
Really good point. Where's his footy side now?
16th.
So he goes away for the whole pre-season.
Well, he doesn't come in for the pre-season anyway. I think they need to get...
There you go. Well, maybe he might have to start doing that.
I think they need to get the best candidate in all seriousness. And if that means changing this rule, this outdated rule that we can't have a club coach anymore, because I wouldn't have an issue if it was Wayne, if it was Ricky. To your point about someone who's worn the jumper, Kevy Walters is another one who springs to mind.
If I'm coaching a club and my bloke's going to go on focus and go away and not set up a pre-season and have my guys ready for March, he's not doing it. I pay him the biggest slice of the pie. So you either pick one or the other, and that's me.
It does depend on the club setup. You're right there, Gordy, right? I think if, obviously you want someone that's played for Australia, well, that would rule out Craig Bellamy, right? But if Craig Bellamy
if you're got a Craig Bellamy, Ivan Cleary,
if he went away, Melbourne aren't going to fall apart, right? So it just depends on the club, right? So I agree with you into a certain extent. It depends on how that club is placed. If you're struggling, then you want your coach there, right? If you're Penrith or Melbourne, who have done it 1,000 times before, Ricky, who are established coaches, then I think they could do it. I don't have an issue with a club coach doing it, but if it's not a club coach...
And what about club coaches when they go away in the past, and you'd go away and Bozo would pick you if you went and played for
I don't think that will happen anymore. I don't.
When you spend an 8 weeks and how you...
No, in terms of... No, they'll get in your ear, but I don't think they're going to say... No, of course they'd get in your ear. Hello.
Well,
but
there you go.
no, I don't think they're going to say, oh, if you come and sign with me, you're going to play for Australia like it was back in the day. But I think it opens up the doors to coaches infiltrating the current setup. That way rather than the other way.
So let's not cloud it then.
Well, as soon as it happens, God, there'll be some drama. How good would it be?
We won't be on in the off-season, so we won't be able to report on it.
It might bring us back.
Yeah, we had
Mate, do you want to coach him?
No. Apparently, Freddie's knocked the Australian job back.
Yep.
Who should they have as the Australian coach?
Well, if you look at statistics, which they always do, and it's like a CV.
Oh, he's
you
back
have
in
a
the
look
lab.
Oh, look at
This
you.
is my mate
You've
here.
been here since
Good
9
old
a.m. this
Wayne
morning.
Bennett, one of the tried and true, obviously one of the greatest and most experienced coaches in the NRL, without a doubt. At representative level, he's a master. You have a look, the statistics speak for themselves. And look, he'd be well...
Can I let you in on a secret?
Yep.
I reckon every Australian coach has those stats. 75% win rate. I reckon Bozo would have had about 90.
So as I say, don't break anything that's not broken. Now, Wayne Bennett's
Ricky
been a very
Stewart's
successful...
85%.
Sorry?
Ricky Stewart, 85%.
85, Ricky. Well, you know...
Kangaroos.
But I think I hear along the grapevine that Wayne Bennett may want to coach the green and gold. Now, wanting to coach is a lot different to the statistics.
Okay.
Throw all that out.
You know, and so would I. If they said, mate, you want to coach Australia?
Yep.
Look, of course, right?
Yes.
But if you're South and you're paying him over $1 million and you're sitting down and, you know, the pride of the league, would you let a coach go away for 6 weeks, come back, he's tired, he's got to spend Christmas, so he's not there setting up, talking to your kids, laying down the platform
The one thing I
for
think,
your pre-season?
Gordy, I think one thing that Wayne Bennett has always done is manage his time and his priorities, and he knows where his priorities and bread is buttered. So I have no hesitation in putting Wayne Bennett in.
You have to admire him. He is a machine.
An absolute
75 years of age, he wants to coach South, he wants to coach Australia, and it's unbelievable.
great-
It's,
plenty of energy.
it's incredible.
He's the
Now,
Trump
we've got-
of the NRL.
Right, I've got a solution for it all. Whoever wins
Bring
the
back
state
Wayne
of,
again.
whoever wins the state of origin, that coach goes to coach
Do you know what?
Australia.
And I was thinking that if it was Billy or Laurie, I wouldn't have a problem.
Yeah, I'd be happy with that.
That's what I'm saying.
I love it.
But you
Good
wouldn't be
work,
happy
Toots.
with Wayne?
Hey?
You wouldn't be happy with Wayne?
Well, I think
Yes or no?
the Kangaroos...
Yes or no?
No, because, do you know what? Tell me this. Why didn't you go on a kangaroo tour?
Because the coach had so much influence.
There you
The coach had so much influence, he decided who was going and who wasn't going. That's...
But if you went and played for Manly, you reckon you would have went on that tour?
I
course
know,
he would
as
have.
day goes tonight, absolutely
100% he would have.
100%.
So
All right,
that's
now,
why.
Now it's time for Ain't As Good As... Oh, sorry, no, is it? It's time for What Am I Loving? You blokes have been talking too much. What are you loving, all thanks to Macca's boys? What are you loving this weekend?
Well, I'm loving Sunday afternoon at Brookvale Oval, 3 grades playing there, weather permitted, that is. So get down there, it's going to be great. 3 grades down at Brookvale.
What are you, Brady? What are you
Yeah,
loving?
I'm keeping my fingers crossed and legs crossed and everything else crossed.
I know where you're going here.
The Tigers are playing your mob, the Roosters, and it's going to be a real challenge, you know, both sides with a lot of big strike players out. We really need a win.
Tedesco,
And-
24,
I thought the
Tigers,
Tigers were
14.
I thought the Tigers were my mob. No?
And the Tigers, that's right.
Tedesco, 24, Tigers, 14.
All right.